Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're coming from the Quest Stolen Dreams video, it's been like 30 seconds since you've seen me. So in this one, we are going to be doing the New Strange quest. This is probably one of the Arcwing was long-ish. The New Strange is probably one of the longer ones that we'll be doing so far. So we're going to come in here, we're going to replay the quest because what had actually
I've
happened
heard so many wonderful
is I
things.
was actually doing a live stream and I really wanted to get to Saturn. And I decided to just get the quests over with. One, going to Europa, I just recorded that video coming from Jupiter here to open Europa. I had to do Stolen Dreams, that video is out there. And then to get to Saturn, I needed to complete the New Strange. So, if you haven't done so yet, obviously you're going to need this to get to Saturn. So, you just saw me pick it out of here, so it'll be, I don't know, it'll be somewhere in your list here. Find the New Strange, click on it, start the quest. You know, when it comes up, there'll be an option down here, start quest, begin quest, I think is what it said, whatever, and start going through. You know, listen to the talking and everything like that, and then we'll just jump straight into this. And find Cephalon Samaris's missing sentinels. It's a lot of S's. Cephalon Samaris's stolen sentinels.
My sentinels entered
Hope
this
you're not.
linear prison searching for a curious anomaly.
Then run.
Their last known
All right.
location was the prison block.
So,
Hunter,
by
I
now,
must know their
you
fate.
should have done a few rescue missions. So you know what the deal is here. And of course, they finally set the alarms off already.
Knowledge is important. I would expect you to
Sure,
know
we'll
that
come all the
knowledge.
way down into here, and okay, we're already here. So we'll come here, we'll turn this alarm off, and make sure that everything behind us is clear so we don't have a bunch of enemies following us in, potentially screwing things up for us. Yeah. Oh my god, how many of you are back here? Oh, and just in case any of you never noticed, whenever a bomb gets attached to me, I always kind of jump up and do a backflip like that. That actually makes it release from you. And then it'll just sit on the ground and it'll blow up. So that's why you might see me do a backflip at times, especially after you...
I'm detecting the sentinels within the
if
cell
you see a bomb, one of those bombs attached to me.
My sentinels.
Oh, okay.
You are still functional. Come home, my darlings.
Alright, now I gotta wait for this talking to end.
Hunter, my gratitude is boundless.
Because now we gotta do a little bit of a spy vault deal. Upside, it's only one.
Tenno. If Cephalon Samaris isn't willing to tell us what happened here, we'll find out on our own. Locate their data vault and find their security logs.
Okay, there we go. I'm gonna come all the way down here, kill that thing for no reason at all. Oh man. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to come up and just stealth kill the X who sent me there. Alrighty. Obviously, if you're able to do all this and collect resources at the same time, that's always worth it. In case any of you like following along with a lot of stuff, you may see that I don't spend a whole lot of time actually going through and farming a bunch of the resources. And that's because for the most part, you really don't need to. There's going to be time in the future, in later missions, where, well, first off, you're just going to be collecting a whole bunch of resources while you play. So that alone is kind of like, You know, why go out of your way to spend so much time going through a mission just farming stuff when you really don't need to? Plus, on top of that, there's going to be missions later on. Like literally every resource that you've seen so far, except for one that I can think of off the top of my head, can be found on other planets later on in the star chart. And not only can they be found on there, but you'll get more. You'll get more resources that'll drop in the higher level missions. And this is a prosecutor, by the way. They're a lot tougher to kill than most, but they're still fairly easy. Wow, that was pretty weird. Okay, whatever. There we go. Didn't even get a shot off. Okay, anyways. Yeah, when you get to the higher level stuff, whatever, you'll find that you'll actually get more stuff. Oh, cool. I got an achievement. So like, Phobos, you can get plastids at. I think it's actually the very first planet that you can get plastids at. But you can get more of them from Saturn, and you don't have to deal with the Corpus, because it's Grineer on Saturn. Grineer enemies. Rubido, you can get from...
The corruption to the security logs was extensive.
I want to say you're able to get them from Mars.
Fragments of a biological signature.
You can also get them from here on Europa, Rubido. And wait, maybe it's on the Earth. There you go, Rubido.
There's nothing here but.
When it comes to neurodes, you can get them here on Deimos. Same with nanospores. But if you come over here, you can see nanospores and plastids. And then later on, plastids there. Neptune. There you go, Pluto, Rubido, plastids. Sedna later on, Rubido on Sedna. So you can get a whole bunch of stuff. There you go, neurodes, plastids, nanospores, all on Eris. So when you get to those further missions, you'll have more chances to get different resources. So it's kind of pointless to, not pointless per se, but you really don't need to farm them. I know, I think I just went through an entire mission literally talking about just that. Oops. Okay, so we finally get done all the talking, and we go over to the Larunda. Larunda? Yeah, Larunda. Oh, it's where Barakatir is. That's why there's so many different servers here. I am not going into what's going to be happening with Barakatir and how to deal with him. I will be making a video probably a little bit later today on how to actually, like, what to do when Barakatir gets here. But instead what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, we're going to go to fast travel, we're going to go to Cephalon Samaris. And then as you come up, he'll kind of start talking to you. Forget if you have to wait or not. Talk.
Your dedication to the
Then you'll only have one option that originally comes up. I forget what it says. But after it's done, you listen to Cephalon Samaris talk, then you talk to him again, and you say, the eyes of day drinking the night.
Searching for answers,
and then you
Tenno.
sit here and listen to him talk.
Knowledge must be earned.
You'll also get two things from him. I don't know if I will. I might actually have to buy some, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But you will get a kinetic siphon trap, I think is what it's called, and synthesis scanners, which are similar to codex scanners, which you should have seen already. Whatchamacallit? Stop staring at me. You're scaring me. Anyways, so yeah, the kinetic siphon trap and synthesis scanner. Now, if you want, I don't know if I'll still have the option myself, but you come in here and yeah, right here. I would like to run the synthesis simulation. This will actually give you a run through in a controlled setting of how to use a kinetic trap, how to use the synthesis scanner to a degree, and the points that you have to hit on and scan on a synthesis target. Now, if you ever need more traps and synthesis scanners, you come over here to the offerings. Then you can see, here we go. So you'll start with 10 because you get a full whatever this is. So I've got 6 left. I'm still going to buy that, but now I'll have 16.
Help you bring to the sanctuary?
And where are... Oh, synthesis scanner. Ooh, good thing I only have 4 there. So yeah, you'll start out with 25 because same thing, it gives you essentially 1 of whatever this is. So for the traps it's 10, for this it's 25. Then you can see the green marker there. Don't have to go to the green marker, just...
I can see you are hungry.
Why is that still... Anyways, doesn't matter. So all you gotta do is leave Lorunda relay. Then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go and attach the kinetic trap, and I mean they already are for me, but I'm gonna show you the kinetic trap, siphon trap, and the synthesis scanner to your gear wheel. So you're gonna come back here to Arsenal, click on your gear wheel here, got your gear, and you can see I have mine set up here for my number 1 key on the keyboard, or number pad, and the number 2 on the number pad. So first I'll hit number 1, that'll give me the kinetic siphon trap. Now you should already have this on, and I'll show you why when we get in the mission, but you're able to actually track where the synthesis target actually is. There's going to be things that show up that kind of like move, sort of, and you just follow what the direction that they direct you into. So you should already have this up when you actually find the synthesis target, and then you just hit number 1 to just throw the trap it, and then just immediately just hit the fire button. So for PC users, it should be your left mouse button, whatever you use to shoot a gun in the game. And once you do, you just aim it at the 4 points that'll show up, 1 at a time. And it'll scan it, and once it's scanned, you're good to go. Now you'll notice that there's a bunch of different ones that you can see here. You got Arvel here, you got Ares, maybe, whatever. Maritellus, Ara, Hellas, and I forget if Kadash or Valis or some of the others, but since I don't actually have, the nodes are still blue. I don't know if there's the ones that I can actually go to or not, but we're just going to go to... Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. This is a different mission for syndicates. We're not doing that right now. So we're going to do capture, because that's all I want to do. I want to run in, take out the capture target, capture them, whatever, and then I switch to the synthesis scanner, and I start, you use your aim button to press and hold to look for the signs to where to go.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here.
And every once in a while, just in case it happens, I may as well cover it. Every once in a while,
track it with the synthesis scanner.
Yeah, I'll explain why Seth Maris is talking to you there, what that all means. So, yeah, sometimes on your way to your objective, you'll actually come across the synthesis target. It'll just be a random, you just happen to be in the same area kind of thing. Excuse me, if that happens, just, if you can, break off whatever the objective is, and just go get the synthesis scanner, because, well, actually, 2 reasons. 1, synthesis scanner, or synthesis target don't stay there forever, and they will start to run away. So you can miss out on the chance to scan them. Then again, if that happens, all you gotta do is play the mission again, and there will be another one in there at one point. Now, real quick, the reason why Cephalon Samaris was talking at the beginning there, if you start a, because I believe it's every day, you can actually do a synthesis target, and that'll give you standing or favor with Cephalon Samaris, so you can get some of the stuff from him in that area that you saw where I got the traps and the synthesis scanners. Now, the traps and the synthesis scanners are you just pay with credits, but then there's other stuff in there that you actually buy with the standing. And the way to build up standing, obviously, is by doing synthesis targets. Now that I'm done talking about all that, we're going to press number 2 to switch to the synthesis scanner. And you can see that right there, and you can see which way it's... I have no idea if that'll be the correct way on the screen, but anyway, looking at my screen here to the right. So we're going to go this way, and you can see a bunch of these all around here.
There it is, right for synthesis.
Now we're going to hit number 1,
Name this creature so you may
and then
perform the
just
synthesis I require.
basically the shoot button. We're going to go through and find all those different nodes on it that you have to press, or that you have to scan. And there it goes.
Good. I have received the synthesis.
And you can see 1 out of 3. So we go ahead, we complete this mission. And we do it again. 2 more times.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Now obviously the next 2 will be a lot faster because I'm not going to be spending time explaining all that stuff that I just explained. God, I really wish I could put like Seether on here. Just listen to some Seether. Or a few other bands I can think of. But YouTube would copyright strike that so fast. Although I'm not sure if it's actually YouTube themselves that do like a copyright strike or if somebody else does, but either ways, doesn't matter. I'm not getting in trouble for doing that. Besides, you're here for Warframe, not for hard rock. Alright. Now we just gotta wait for the loading. Now, all in all, this whole video will probably be close to an hour, just so you all know. I know we're, 18 minutes in, and I'm just now telling you that, but I did tell you it's a long mission. Now we're going to come in here again, and you'll see that I'm not pronouncing all these names, so you can see all the same places are lit up. That's because you can do any mission you want that has that mark on it. No, not sabotage. Capture, there we go. But yeah, you can literally choose whatever one you want. You can do all 3 captures, you can do a capture, a sabotage, and an exterminate. Like, you can literally do anything. Or any one of the ones that are actually available, I should say. You can't just go to any mission.
Bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
There is a sanctuary target.
Crap, I can't remember if I actually fully explained that whole thing. I really don't think that I did. So, when you have a... Oops, whatever. When you're doing a synthesis target for Cephalon Samaris, it'll just simply tell you what the target actually is, and it's up to you to find it.
Excellent work.
Which means going into different missions. But, well, I mean, don't get me wrong, if it's a Corpus target, it'll be on a Corpus planet. That's simple enough, at least. Whereas if it's a Grineer, it'll be on a Grineer planet, infested planet, etc. You're not gonna, find a Corpus enemy target on a Grineer planet. Oh my god. Okay, you guys are starting with that. Ooh, I hate you. Eh. Yeah, those are an enemy called a Helion. Helion? Anyways. Yeah, Helion. Dude, seriously? I just really don't want to switch back to my gun right now. Because I could have just shot him down. Whoop. Okay, so it is this way. But anyway, yeah, if you get to a mission where one of the synthesis targets is actually at that you're looking for,
There's a heavy unit
then
approaching.
you'll hear Cephalon Samaris come up at the very beginning
There
of
it
the
is,
mission.
right for synthesis. Tame this creature so you may perform the synthesis I require.
Come on. Okay, there we go. But anyway, yeah, so you'll know that the mission you're on has a
I've received the
synthesis target on it.
You are an efficient hunter.
If you go to a planet that doesn't, then obviously he'll just stay silent the whole time. But, well, he won't pop up and say anything, I should say. I don't think I actually explained that part of it in the last mission. But either way, yeah, you can see that's literally it. And then you do it however many times you need to. Some are 4, most are 3. I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen one where you had to do 5. I don't think so, not on the top of my head anyway. Okey-dokey. There's that, there's that. Okey-dokey. Alright. And now we gotta do one more. So we will do, excuse me, Ara again, because it's the easiest in my opinion. And here we go.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
Tenno, I am detecting a synthesis target. Use the
course you
synthesis
are.
scanner to track the creature.
I mean, I guess I should have made that part kind of clear about that. Yeah, when it comes, well, I kind of said it. You know, it's up to you to find what planet the actual synthesis target is on.
Target located. Bring them in.
You'll oftentimes have a general idea, depending, like, as you play, you'll see different
Scans
enemies
indicate our
that show up
target is
in
the
different
vicinity.
missions and
Find
stuff like
them.
that. And if you go
Mission
through and
complete. The captive has
like
been
use a
escorted to the
codex scanner
extraction point.
to scan
Well
as
done.
many of these enemies as you can, then you'd be able to go into. Well, which way am I going? This way. You'll be able to go into your codex and look at the enemies and see what planet is, well, planets, I should say, a certain enemy is on. Alright, come on. I'm pretty sure I went the correct way. Now I'm starting to think that I really did. Yeah, because I'm really not seeing anything at all. care about heavy units, so I just want to find the stupid... Okay. So it's showing... Kind of weird, but it's... That part is showing that way. The other part is showing that way. Nothing down there, nothing over there. Oh, here we go. So it was actually over here. That was the problem. Back here.
All right, Hunter.
There it is.
I will reward you should you perform synthesis.
And that's where it can sometimes be a little annoying, is trying to actually find it. Because as you saw, you know, the direction that it was kind of showing me on that very first one, I was thinking that it was down the like bridge thingamabobber up here, this right here. I thought it was leading me across this way. It was actually leading me kind of down there and then over there and whatnot. So I found it. That's all that matters. And that was the third one. So after this, we're going to go back to Cephalon Samaris and complete this part of the quest.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
And that's actually what you do when you have a regular synthesis target that you do, is after you scan as many as you need, you go back to Cephalon Samaris, kind of say I've completed my... Well, you'll see when I go back there. It will say like I've completed the synthesis mission or something. Like I said, you'll see it in a moment. Whenever this thing decides to, you know, actually load everything. What the? Anyways, doesn't matter. Don't matter. Nothing even matters. Okay, and we go back to Larunda. Hopefully find a calm one. Now around, I want to say around 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. All of these servers, like the majority of them, will all show busy. So if you're looking for a calm server when Barraketeer is here, especially on his first day that he's here, yeah, good luck. And I just realized I just fast travel Cephalon Samaris. Because yeah, it gets pretty busy for a day or two. So here you go. Elite Arid Lancer Synthesis completed.
I thank you, Tenno.
Now you'll see the other thing there now. It only happens after you finish this quest. Is you can see that option there that said, "Do you have any targets?" That's how you start a synthesis target deal for Cephalon Samaris. And like I said, you can do one per day. I don't remember if it's exactly every 24 hours or if it resets at a specific time, like the daily reward does. But either way, you can do one daily. I know I just literally talked over all of it, but you should be playing these missions on your own anyway, so you're able to hear them all yourself, and my camera just completely decided to take a dump.
Hunter, you know what to do.
Like completely took a dump.
I've given you. This knowledge could
There you
empower
go.
us both.
Alright, now we gotta wait for them to stop
Completing
talking
this
again.
blueprint has sent out some kind of signal. Operator, I feel good.
All is silent in the calm.
Hushed and empty is the room of the sky.
Of the sky.
operator.
I will begin shielding.
I will
your
say this is
cephalon
probably one of the more
somatic
annoying parts of
routines.
some of the
Meanwhile,
quests
you
is
must
you
hunt for
literally have to
me.
sit here and
I
just
have
wait
traced
until
the
they
source
talk
of this
through the
message.
entire thing. Can't skip, can't fast forward, can't just
Thank you,
go to the
Samaris.
next part of the quest. No, you literally have to wait
Whoever we're
until they're done
dealing with
talking.
slaughtered the Grineer searching for the codices. It must be going after the corpus next.
Oh
Get
well,
there and intercept.
c'est la vie. There we go. Now we can come into the star chart. And here we go. Investigate the source of the transmission. Is that what it was? Yeah, the source of the transmission.
I am not detecting any Tenno here.
Okay, let's do that so I
There
can
may be
actually
information
aim
stored
glide.
on the network.
Tenno, I'll have to break into the network. Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you.
Seriously? There you go. Try to bullet jump and it didn't even bullet jump. And yeah, once again, we got
Location
these ice
Drop
tunnels.
me in and defend our position.
Oh, and in case you guys weren't able to tell by all of that, yeah, it's a
I'm in, Tenno. This
mobile
will
defense
take a
mission.
moment.
Oh, and just in case, it shouldn't happen, because if you've watched my very first video, you should understand how all these videos work, but it just occurred to me, I should probably talk about it a little bit. You may notice the weapons that I have. If you've only been watching kind of the quest videos and the introductory videos or something, and now you're watching this and you're wondering where all this stuff came from. In my playthroughs, like everything that I do in this game is on camera in one way or another. Now, I started live streaming when I kind of got past the point of really being able to explain a lot. Like, if I try to go through and actually explain like different things, all of the videos would be like 2 minutes long, because there's just not that much collectively to really show and like turn into any kind of like a tutorial kind of thing, because it's mostly you know, do different missions, clear a node, clear the, you know, go through the junction that you need to. That's it. So yeah, if I'm further along, like suddenly I'm like further along and you're wondering why, that's why. Because I've literally done it on stream.
This will take a moment.
So I do have streams that you can watch. I believe right now the majority of them are about 4 hours long. But there's a lot of stuff in it. It's really just different gameplay. So me clearing some nodes, getting to the new planets, like completing junctions. Building some weapons, leveling them up, you know, the regular everyday mundane stuff that you're going to be doing. And I'm only going to be making videos about the different quests here. Just in case any of you like get stuck trying to figure out how to complete a quest. You gotta be kidding me. Those are probably the most annoying Xmas enemies out there. But only because they make all of the enemies around them vulnerable. Or invincible, I'm sorry. Well, I guess... anyways. Yeah, you can sit there and have like one of the enemies like down to like 1 health basically. And yet you'll sit there and attack it over and over and over again, and it just will not die because of that Xmas enemy. So if you ever see an enemy that's got like a blue shield-ish thing around it, not the thing that looks like a bubble, but like a solid green, looks like a shield with little holes in it and spins. Yeah, if you see one of those enemies, that should be target number 1 when you're fighting the enemies that you're trying to clear out around you. Because otherwise you're just going to be hacking away at the enemies for literally no reason. Because it won't do anything. And one of these days I actually will be doing a video. I was talking about it on my stream last night. But I will be doing a video where I actually do what did I miss? That's what I missed. Okay. Yeah, I will actually do a video covering all of the different Eximus enemies. Okay, what is going on here? There we go. But yeah, some videos that will be upcoming will be modding Eximus enemies.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare
A few more quests, of course. Trying to think if there's anything else really.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Yeah, I really can't think of anything else. I think that's the majority of the videos that I planned. Is I'm going to hop on an old character or an old account of mine that has a whole lot of mods on it, and I'll give a pretty detailed run through modding. That should be coming up within the next week.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Now, if you're watching this in a couple of months from now, then you'll be able to just go and watch it. Yeah. Oh, come on. I don't know what kind of algorithm they use for this crap, but
The odds were
God,
against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete.
like it's supposed to be that, from what I understood anyway, when you hear them like power up to do that, like the Eximus enemies, that is obviously, where they're like powering up to release their ability, that they're, you know, the direction that they're going to attack is already like made up, and that's why I kind of moved out of the way, and yet it still hit me dead on. And then on top of that, making a flying enemy an Eximus enemy, that's just mean. Because if you don't have a primary weapon, for the most part, that can really do any damage to it, then you're stuck either waiting until it's low enough to be able to hit with a melee weapon, or you just have to keep jumping up and attack it a few times, and then jump up and attack it a few times, and rinse and repeat. There we go. So we got that done. And yeah, I mean, you might be able to tell a lot of these quests, they're really straightforward. They're just doing the same kind of
Chroma.
same
I
kind of
haven't
things
seen one
you've
since-
already been doing.
No, it couldn't be. I don't like this,
what's it
Tenno.
called, like, you know,
This
that part
chroma
there.
has been to the locations that
Interesting.
both the Grineer and
That
Corpus
mission
have
there was
found
literally a
codices.
mobile
It's
defense.
covering someone's
One before
tracks.
that was. Now I'm trying to remember if
Motivations
that
are
was in this one or the
inconsequential.
last video.
Focus on finding their next location.
Yeah, because it was Cephalon Samaris that you were doing. So you did a rescue followed by a
Operator,
single spy
the
vault.
next logical location is the machine where we previously activated
Oh my
codices
god.
aboard the derelict ship.
Very good, Cephalon Orders.
And
Your
again,
potential is
gotta sit
squandered
through all
here
the
as a
talking.
simple servant of this operator. It would be a shame for you to waste away here, as all things outside Sanctuary do.
Really don't know what the deal is with this
We
camera.
don't have time
It's
for
funny too,
this.
because when I'm streaming,
Tenno, return to the machine before the trail
the
goes
camera
cold.
will stay on the entire time. It's for some reason like only when I record videos that it screws up. So then we go to here. And it's very, very similar to the very, oh my god, seriously? It's very, very similar to the very first one that we did. So we literally just run through, essentially get to the derelict.
Chroma
You know,
is
go
one of
through
the,
the,
most powerful
the portal.
Warframes. Its ability to adapt is unparalleled.
Then the question is, if it is not Tenno control, what entity dominates it? That is the
Still
true
cracks me up
prey.
that it's actually still
I
called
must
the
have that other
derelict.
for my sanctuary.
Because strictly speaking, derelict doesn't even exist anymore. They got rid of that when they made Deimos. So anybody that actually used to play this game like a long time ago kind of thing and they haven't played it in years, and first off they look at it and go, okay, what in the world is Deimos? And you might also think, whatever happened to the derelict? Well, now you know. The missions on Deimos are the missions that were on the derelict. And at times it's still referred to as the derelict, even though it really isn't anymore. And for those of you that are brand new to the game that never knew about that, there's some Warframe history for you. Yes, there have been a lot of changes in this game over the past 10 years. Some very good, some annoying. Like the new tile sets for Corpus missions, they used to be quite
They've
different.
beaten us to it, but the damage is fresh. Be prepared.
Now we're going to
Tenno.
get this ready. It's the synthesis scanner,
Do not engage.
because all we need to
I
do
need
is scan this thing a
information.
few times.
Synthesize it.
But he may
We have
attack you
everything we
at
came
times.
for.
Okay,
Get to extraction.
all done. Then we run all the way back. I will say, a downside to some of these quests that you do, well, missions in general, but mostly quests, is they are really easy. And I mean, I get that, you know, you don't want to have a mission that only takes you, you know, a half a second to complete kind of thing. But oh my god, there's just so much running and just jumping around and everything. Oh my god. Oh, that works. Alrighty. Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
Cephalon Orders.
There we go.
Through my teaching, you should be able to
More talking.
extract a blueprint from the hunter's synthesis.
You know, I almost think that
Let us begin
the talking
final hunt.
takes longer than the
Defeating
actual
Chroma
quest
will
itself
allow
in
us to
this.
synthesize it. Only then we will learn the secrets of its controller.
Operator, This sounds dangerous.
Talk, 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 and then some more talk, and then some more talk after that, and then
You must
after
learn to
some more talk,
collaborate with
we
me
finally
if you are
get
to be my eternal steward of the sanctuary.
yeah.
I would be steward of your sanctuary?
Ours.
Oh my
And with a
god.
full retrofit. Total mimetic restoration.
Abandon the operator?
Yes, the operator deserves a newer.
Yes,
better
we
ship
really get
settlement.
to just
I think this is probably
stand
for the
around
best.
and do absolutely nothing while
Then it
we
is
just
decided.
continue to talk.
I will prepare your data transfer when your operator has completed.
And like I
the
said, guys,
summit.
if you're
Tenno,
like
I've
getting
marked
pissed
the
off at me talking
location.
over all these guys talking because you're trying to figure out what they're trying to say, to be perfectly honest, you know, just play the game. Like, not to be crude or anything about it, but, you know, play the game. That way you won't have to hear me talk. And like I said, I believe it was in the sort of beginning-ish of this video. Really, the only reason
Activate the
I'm
machine
making
and
these
then
videos
prepare
per
yourself.
se is just
Chroma
so if
will be
anybody
lured.
gets kind of stuck on any of the quests, they're trying to figure out what to do, they can watch these videos. Like, I can almost bet that there's going to be at least some people that will be doing this quest in particular, and we'll get to this last part here and just be completely and utterly frustrated because they're going to keep dying over and over again. Now, for the most part, this is just 5 waves of defense, but it's something that's going to happen in the very last wave of enemies that is what's really going to throw some people off. And I'm not, that's the lead up. I'm not going to talk about what's going to happen until it happens. But I remember doing this mission as an experienced player once. And even then, I was still, like, I was a more experienced player. I think it was the only time I ever actually replayed a quest just because. And not only did, you know, was I a more experienced player in general, but I also had... Okay, where are you, dude? There you are. I also had a better Warframe, I was better modded, everything. And I died twice.
Now we wait and learn.
So,
from
yeah,
the
that should give you
results.
hope about the end of this mission. But it's also a lot easier than you may realize. It was something that even I didn't know about originally until I really started listening to what Ordis was saying throughout this entire thing when he starts talking. Now, I know that it's going to be tough at times listening to Ordis while you're dealing with jumping back and forth, taking out these enemies, so that the defense target doesn't get, you know, destroyed. But do try. I want to see how much I can actually talk over Ordis when he comes up. I mean, obviously, you guys can just pause and read what it says, what he's saying. But still. Oh, there you are. So that's 2 down. And I will say that this part right here is probably one of the most annoying of this quest. Only because, yeah, you got a door there, you got the door there, and that's where they both come through. But then some go that way, some go that way, and same with the other side. So you've always, you know, you've got ones down on this, enemies on this side, you got enemies on this side, you have enemies that are able to jump up on the sides here. You've got flying enemies that come out. You got just, whoa. That was a nice glitch. a lot more left than I thought there were. And oh wow, they really took a good chunk out of the health on this thing. Jeez. But I mean, there's only 2 waves left, so not as bad as it seems. Don't forget to use your Warframe abilities if you need to. You know, like come here and blind these guys. That'll at least keep these ones from attacking while you take them out. Or, you know, use your one to, there we go, take a few of them out. Nothing wrong with using Warframe abilities. In fact, when you get further along in this game, maybe not with Excalibur, but there's other Warframes that you're going to be using a lot of their abilities throughout the mission. There we go, a lot better that time. It was all the way down to, I think it was like just under or just over maybe 11,000 health on this thing. And after I was finished that wave, it was already at almost 13,000. So that one wasn't too bad. Good camera. Go figure, I call it a stupid camera and it shuts off again. Okay, now, you just saw that over there, you can see that the yellow marker. That's the boss. Now, here's what's going to get a lot of people. You're going to think that you have to go and kill it. And that's what most people would do.
The operator comes first.
But we're going to put on the synthesis scanner, and we're going to scan it a few times.
Operator, use the scanner on the chroma. You do not have to kill it or risk yourself. You can release it
And
from
yes,
its
he
control
will
with the
still hit
scanner.
you at times, and yes, he will hurt. But instead of actually fighting it, just scan it. And that actually was it, but there's an enemy hiding out back here, so gotta take that out.
Go now,
There we go.
Tenno. You have done
See
well.
that? Didn't die. It did hit me twice, don't get me wrong. And you saw it was literally one hit, took out my entire shields. So, and oh, just in case some of you were wondering, and I don't remember if I said it in an earlier stream or video or not, but there's a mechanic that was put into this game a few years ago, because
Excellent
you
work,
actually
Tenno.
used to
You've
be able to
severed
get
the
one hit
control of
killed
Chroma.
by
The
enemies.
hunt is over.
So they changed it so that only your shield, once your shields get completely
These
depleted,
scans
you
will
have
be an incredible
a
addition to Sanctuary. I will continue
second and a
my
half,
search
I
for
want
the
to say.
source of the voice
Might
in
only
its
be a second, but I
domination.
think it's a second and a half
Return to me
of
and hunt again,
invincibility,
Tenno. I will
where you have a
reward
chance to get out of the way. And trust me, a second or a second and a half is
More
actually a lot of time in this
importantly, the
game.
operator
You'll
is
find that out.
unharmed.
But yeah, you can't just
You
simply be
disappoint
one hit
me,
killed.
Cephalon Ordis. I was offering a greater
Okay.
purpose.
Now,
Healing.
once again, we have to wait
As
until they're done
steward,
talking.
I would have restored your lost memories.
I am Ordis, ship Cephalon.
did you-
I serve the operator. I make new memories.
And there we go. That's the entire quest. Like I said, it is kind of one of the longer ones, but I definitely wanted to get that covered. Also, let's take a look at what I just got in the inbox.
Hunter, you have worked
And there
hard.
we go. It's just something from Cephalon Samaris, and here we go. Yeah, ignore that email from Barracks here that you just saw me have there. So that's it. Yeah, it was just about an hour-long video. And then after that, you would come in here, just to, obviously, not to make sure, but when you come here to the Saturn Junction, you would have the New Strange completed. So with that, I will see you guys in another video or another live stream at another time. Be sure to like, subscribe, etc. If you'd like to support the channel at all, you can hop over to my About page or in the description. I've got my Cash App in there. By all means, please. Nothing is, yeah, perfect time for my brain to just stop. Nothing is expected. Everything is absolutely appreciated. I thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.